Is Dr. Anthony Fauci a liar? I'd say yes. Everyone's a liar at some point. As Dr. House would say, everyone lies. But with Dr. Fauci here, did he obfuscate? Did he try to bend the truth a little bit? Did he not say exactly what happened? Most likely. Now, when these Project Veritas documents drop, there were some military documents that contradict Fauci's sworn testimony on gain-of-function research. So, is he a liar? I don't know. I don't know how much verification is required to verify these documents if they are actually true. I assume they are because Project Veritas, in my opinion, wouldn't release something that they couldn't verify. They've stated many times before that they've had many times where something was dropped in front of them and they couldn't verify whether it was true or not, so they didn't publish it. Since this is going to be a YouTube video that I'm going to put on BitChute and Odyssey later, I'm not going to delve too deeply into whether, who was lying, who was not, who's truthful and who is not. But I can say with a shadow of a doubt, Fauci doesn't look very good in this, just by what I've read so far. And if he doesn't look good, well then what he's saying to us, I dare say, is bullshit. How else can you put it? It says the documents come from a report at the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, which is DARPA, which were allegedly hidden in a top-secret shared drive. DARPA facilitates research in the technology with potential military applications under the U.S. Department of Defense. Yeah, that's who DARPA is. And if you go a little too far into that, or when you're talking about DARPA, people get real conspiratorial, which I understand because it's freaking DARPA. So Project Veritas obtained a report which stated that EcoHealth Alliance approached DARPA in March of 2018 looking to obtain funding for Project Defuse to conduct gain-of-function research on coronaviruses from bats. Interesting. According to Veritas, the proposal was rejected by DARPA because it violated gain-of-function research moratorium. Additionally, there were safety concerns. I mean, come on, right? going into a lab to screw with a coronavirus to create some sort of model of a virus that does stuff like what goes on. Yeah, you don't want to do that, but people play God throughout history. And luckily until now, the death rate isn't Anyways, according to the documents, NIAID, under the direction of Dr. Fauci, proceeded with the research at the Wuhan Virology Lab in China and at several sites across the U.S. Fauci has repeated under oath numerous times during multiple congressional hearings that the NIH and NIAID have not been involved in gain-of-function research with the Eco Alliance program. Well, according to these documents, and I can't be 100% sure that these documents are 100% correct, but as Project Veritas, I don't see why they would lie to us now so they can be proven wrong later. That's ridiculous. So I'm going off the credibility that I feel I have with Project Veritas, is that they're 100% correct. So if they're 100% correct in reporting these documents they have, so who's lying? Project Veritas or Dr. Fauci? Looks like the Fauchmeister is lying to all of us here. According to Project Veritas, the report goes on to detail concerns regarding the COVID-19 gain-of-function program, the concealment of documents, the suppression of potential curatives, I'm just going to say it because fuck YouTube. Ivermectin and hydroxychloroquine and the mRNA vaccines. DARPA's chief of communications, Jared Adams, told Project Veritas when asked about the secrecy surrounding the document, "It doesn't sound normal to me. This is coming from Jared here. If something resides in a classified setting, then it should be appropriately marked. Now, being in the military, that's 100% correct. The very, very, very few times I came across secret documents or even top secret documents. At the time, I didn't have a top secret security clearance, but you could sign a waiver essentially to say that you could view certain documents and not talk about them. I think that happened a few times, not very often, but it happened a few times. And all that information now, just to say, there's nothing germane to it now. It was just some sort of like military, action or movement or some sort of training. So it wasn't a big deal. What I'm saying is that a lot of these times when these documents come out or something gets, presented, there's always this security. It's like classified, non or don't disclose, or non-classified, available to the public, or something like that, if I remember correctly. So there's a lot of documents out there that people read and go, okay, top secret, non-classified, you can put this on the web, no one gives a crap, but this over here you can't. Then why would these people release a document or have a document such as this if they didn't think it was a big deal back then? But now it's a big deal. Of course, you're going to have to address it. It says, if something resides in classified setting, then it should be appropriately marked. I'm not all familiar with unmarked documents that reside in classified space. That's correct, because a lot of times unclassified documents in a classified space, it's ridiculous. It's more of like a magazine, in a doctor's office. It's like, okay, here's a highlights magazine. It's like, so what? Who cares? Because in a classified setting, you're going to have classified documents that are available to read. But why would there be unclassified documents? That doesn't make any sense. Unless if it was early on and you didn't have to worry about the, dare I say, I wouldn't even see the efficacy, but you worry about once you present something, it's going to get out in public. And something like this, of course it got out in public. So if it gets out in public, then it's not really classified. Well, it probably should have been, because the right people didn't get a hold of it. According to Project Veritas, the main report regarding the EcoHealth Alliance proposal leaked on the internet a couple months ago, it has remained unverified until now.